What's going on YouTube? Jake and Sarah back with another video, and today is the top 10 tips for a happy and healthy lifestyle. I've actually been wanting to make this video for a long time, at least a year. First we got Hadassah. She's over there in the grass playing by herself. Anyway, so let's get into it. The top 10 tips. Number 1, getting rid of stress. Stress is a killer, isn't it?
It is.
Actually, if you walk away with it, if I had any top tip in this whole video, this is probably it right here. The absolute top tip on this entire video is getting rid of stress. I think a little bit before we moved here to Chicago, you had a little bit of stress in your life, didn't you? Just with work and stuff and your job and a couple other personal things that were going on. But kind of left them behind, and it really impacted you in a bad way, didn't it?
Yeah. It's, you know, I think it can cause a lot of problems, stress can, and I think people just need to try to eliminate it, or can't eliminate it, just try not to get so stressed out, and if there's something that's really making you super stressed, try to
see what you can do about it.
See what you can do. Maybe if you need to switch a job, or switch your environment, switch a friend.
For me, financial stress is a big one that I was in, and I still have it a little bit. We're out of debt now, but our emergency fund isn't done. Until that's done, I just know we're not far away from debt, and my paper is blowing away. Stress, it's a bad thing. It's a killer. It's hard on your body. It's hard on your organs. Dr. X has a YouTube video. I remember he said resentment resides in the gallbladder. You know, just different kind of emotions have different effects on your body. I mean, you can feel stress in your body.
Where you going,
you can
baby?
feel it, and it's hard on it.
Where's she going?
She's exploring the world, Sarah.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, so she's fine. All right, tip number 2, and of all these 10 tips, this one's probably the biggest struggle. Don't get away from me, notes. I like to have notes because I don't always remember what I want to say in these videos.
You should put a thing on it.
So tip number 2, getting sleep. Now that's hard because I have 3 jobs. Sarah, you know, Hadassah isn't sleeping through the night yet. So Sarah is working with the baby every night. She's never slept completely a full 8 hours yet through the night. She never has. She's over a year old. I work 3 jobs. Sometimes I work at my jobs till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I'm up at 5 in the morning for the gym. And I'm hoping not to live like this forever, but sleep is often a struggle. I try to get 7 to 8 hours. 8 hours is pretty hard when you got to be up at 5 in the morning. Usually I try to get 7 hours. Doesn't happen. Sometimes I only get 3 or 4 hours of sleep because I got to work till midnight and I got to go in early the next morning. Like I said, I work 3 jobs currently. All right, I brought the party to Sarah and Hadassah. So tip 3, Sarah, staying hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated. Because hydration is a huge thing. I think most people in America are dehydrated, and most of your body is water.
Yeah.
So even, you know, if you think you're not thirsty or whatever,
you might still be dehydrated.
You might be dehydrated because
those are kids, Hadassah.
They need water to keep your body functioning.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, even just to like keep your bowels functioning too. You know, stay hydrated. And
I forget what the statistic is, but I think it's like 75–80% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. Chronically dehydrated, not just dehydrated.
Most people now are drinking stuff that is dehydrating them. It's not very hydrating.
Such as alcohol and sugary drinks, just making you more thirsty.
And coffee and.
So it's not really satisfying your thirst.
No.
So the color of your urine is a good way to tell how hydrated you are. I would say lemonade or clear would be a good way to know. If your urine's, if you're going to the bathroom every 6 hours and your urine is stinky and yellow, you're probably not hydrated enough.
No.
Tip number 4 is eating real food and avoiding processed foods. Why don't you take this one, Sarah?
This one is just a no-brainer, and I feel like everyone should know this by now. I mean, it's so much, it's just out there in the world so much now, but just eating real food. It's it's just, I feel like it's so much common sense. But yeah, our world is so full of processed stuff, and people just do it out of, I don't know, taste or whatever, which I don't think the processed food tastes good as real food, or convenience, or whatever the reason. But also, you're gonna feel better, and your whole body's gonna function better, and you're just gonna have better health, and you're not gonna get sick. And
yeah,
it's just processed food isn't even like stuff from nature either. It's just chemical stuff.
Yeah, so eating real food, I think we know what that means. Basically eating, if you can grow it in the ground, you eat it, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what we're saying.
Yeah.
If you can grow it in your backyard, or you can grow it outside somewhere, maybe you can't, we can't grow an avocado or a mango tree here. We don't live in the tropics. But if you can grow it somewhere outside, eat it. All right, tip number 5 is exercise. Sarah's feeding the baby right now, so I'll take number 5, exercise. Especially since I've actually been a personal trainer almost 2 years. Those of you who've been following for me for a long time, you probably remember back in the day when I was talking about how I wanted to be a trainer and how it was difficult to become one, and well, that's finally come to pass. I'm happy to say I'm finally a trainer now. But I'm actually looking into another career. Training's probably going to be on the side. I'm actually considering gym teaching for school. I just need something that's more secure at the end of the day. Being a personal trainer is a tough job to make it financially because it's all 100% commission based. So exercise is really important. And you know, I've mentioned this in the recent fitness videos. And by the way, guys, if you want more fitness videos, I'll be happy to do that. Just a follow along video or more fitness tips. As long as it's requested, I know somebody wants it. Pretty much if you say you want a topic or something for us to do or talk about, I'll do it, even if it's just one person that wants it. Exercise obviously is important. We need plenty of movement throughout the day. Weight training, core training, balance training, cardio training. You know, train good, train hard. Don't just be a person that does one thing. Don't just be a walker. Don't just be a runner. Don't just be a biker. Don't just be a swimmer. Don't just be a weightlifter. Do it all, you know. Become really physically fit. And you know, when you do lots of and multiple things, multiple forms of train, you're gonna look really good. I mean, I had my dad's friend. He came over to the house yesterday because he needed to borrow my dad's truck. I mean, it's summer now. It's it's after the 4th of July, so it's July. It's warm all the time. I had my shirt off when the guy came over. He's like, "Man, you're looking really jacked lately," and you know, it made me feel good because I try to work hard. I try to take care of myself to look good and feel good. That's why I work so hard. And you know, it's nothing wrong with working out and looking real good to the point where if somebody goes to the beach, they take off their sunglasses and they just taking a second look at you, or vice versa. You're taking a second look at somebody else because they look better than the average person. So you know, exercise is awesome. It makes you feel good and it makes you look good too. Number 6, and I've made a whole video on this before, excessive sitting, getting movement throughout the day. I made a whole video on this just over a year ago, right after Hadassah was born. There's been over 10,000 studies done on excessive sitting, and it is not good for the body to be excessive sitting all day. I mentioned some of the studies last year. Go check that out. If you want it, just comment below and I'll link that video over to you. Excessive sitting is very bad. I already made a video on this. Avoiding sugary drinks and drinking clean water 90% of the time.
This kind of has the same time with hydration.
Mm-hmm.
But sugary drinks, I mean, you really gotta like read the labels too, because they're so full of sugar. I mean, I saw this one drink one time and it's like, you know, usually the serving size is not what you're drinking out of the thing. The serving size is probably like, say there's like 2.5 servings. One serving is like 12 grams of sugar. Say you drink like the whole thing. I mean, it's really bad. It can add up really fast, and we should not be consuming that much sugar.
Yeah, stuff's hard on your kidneys.
You know, you say people are all about consuming sugar in their food. Well, you can really consume a lot of sugar in what you drink.
Yeah.
Pop, you know, these sugary beverages that you buy and just everything. It's really bad for you. It's a really easy way to drink your calories.
As a trainer, and you know, a lot of people's goal is weight loss. One of the first things I ask them, I say, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? Sugary stuff. And I mean, don't even, maybe you're not even drinking pop or Gatorade and stuff, but don't forget, even those things at Starbucks, those things are pretty sugary too.
Those are bad.
Just stick with water 90% of the time. Maybe occasionally tea, coffee,
You know,
a couple other
if you
things.
want like pop or something, get like carbonated water, put some lemon in it or something.
Now we're talking.
You know, that's sugar free.
All right, this is a good one. Feeling grateful and joyful and loving others. So guys, your emotions play a big part on a healthy lifestyle and a happy life too. If you believe in God, thank God every day for something. If you don't believe in God, whether you believe in God or not, just say out loud something every day you're grateful for. Just say what you're grateful for. Say what you love to do. Be joyful, you know. We're joyful. We're outside. We're enjoying our Sunday. We're enjoying the warm sun. It's probably in the 70s out here. We're enjoying our time outside with the baby right now. Just be joyful. Enjoy your time here on this earth because our days are numbered.
Show the baby.
Yeah. Hadassah.
She's something to be grateful for.
Yeah, she's grateful and joyful and puts a smile on our face. I'm hoping she puts a smile on your faces too. And loving others, guys. The world would be a better place if we all loved one another. If there was no judgment, no hate, the world would truly be a better place if everybody truly loved each other 100%. That is absolutely important for a happy and healthy lifestyle. I definitely believe loving others will help you have a healthy lifestyle, because that'll bring down stress, that'll get rid of bitterness, that'll get rid of resentment, that'll get rid of hate and any kind of revenge you have towards people. You just learn to be content and to love others for who they are, no matter who or what they've done. Number 9, very healthy foods to your diet. So we mentioned earlier to add healthy foods, to eat real food. This is kind of taking it a step further.
Superfoods, I guess.
Adding superfoods, adding things that are extremely healthy. If I had a number 1 food on the planet that I would say you should consume every day, and I don't consume it every day. Sarah does consume this every day. This is an Indian spice, and we've made a series on this videos. We have 4 recipe videos with turmeric in it, and we've done I did a whole video on studies done on the effects of turmeric. Turmeric is super good for you. So get things in your diet like turmeric, ginger, berries. Berries are the highest sources of antioxidants around, besides spices. Greens, anything with chlorophyll is going to be good for you. Get a couple bitter things in your life, like dandelions and other bitter things. Doesn't mean you need to eat only bitter things, but bitter is always good for the liver, as Marcus Rothkrin says. He's a great channel, by the way. Flaxseed, I'm adding that in there. That's like a superfood because that's actually really good for heart disease. Dr. Greger has some articles on
Flax is a really, really good thing to get in every day.
Yeah, that's actually really good for your heart. In America, heart disease is the number 1 killer, and I think Dr. Greger's number 1 recommended choice for people struggling with heart disease, if I'm not mistaken, is actually flaxseed. That's actually like the thing he says to eat and consume. So consume things, not just real food. I mean, I could be eating potatoes all day, and I could be eating real food.
And the other thing too is you don't have to always buy these like superfoods that are really expensive. Some of this stuff isn't that expensive.
If you find on Amazon.
Yeah, I would search on Amazon. Buy it in bulk. Don't buy like a 2-ounce thing of it. It's gonna be more expensive.
And then last but not least, get outside. Why do you think we're filming this? Because we want to be outside. We want to enjoy the weather. You know, I'd say the average American lives 99% of their life indoors. I mean, that's not always our fault. You know, sometimes it's a rainy day, or it's a snowy day, or it's a blizzard day. We live in Chicago here.
9 to 5.
You work from 9 to 5.
You don't get out in the middle of the day.
And not just get outside and get sunshine, or not just get outdoors, but get sunshine too. Me, Sarah, and the baby are getting sunshine. And guys,
I don't know if we can absorb it at this time of day.
it's still kind of high up there. It's around 3 o'clock. We're probably getting a little bit. Guys, don't even get me started with that whole cancer scare of the sun. Yes, we shouldn't be getting burned. Yes, I know the sunshine is a known carcinogen. By the
Myth.
Oh no, it actually is. That's actually classified as one. But the problem is we're not telling you to go out and get burnt all day. But like me and Sarah, we'll probably get 30 to 45 minutes of sunshine, unexposed without any sunscreen, before we take cover or put on sunscreen. And most of the sunscreens out there are toxic anyways, the chemicals. And even the baby, we put her in the sun for 5 to 10 minutes a day. Just because we know vitamin D is important. Vitamin D is shown to prevent cancers. It's for bone health. Actually, I could do a whole video on vitamin D if I did a little more research. It's been a while since I've read some vitamin D articles, but vitamin D is important. I work 3 jobs and I try to make time to get outdoors and get some sunshine. And I'm barefoot too. They say grounding is really beneficial. There's articles and videos out there. Grounding is actually supposed to be really good for you. Think about it. We're electrical beings, as weird as that might sound, but all the messages are going through our spinal cord, through our nervous system, up to our brain. Those are electrical messages going through our body. The world actually is electrical. And so putting your feet on the ground in sand and grass is actually really good. And it feels good on your feet, sand and grass, doesn't it? I think it does. So get outdoors, enjoy the weather. We don't have great weather that much here in Chicago. I would say maybe, when we lived in Michigan, same thing. I would say only 4 months of the year is it truly nice to go outside without a jacket on. Other than that, you always got to bundle yourself up. 4 to 4.5 months of the year here in Michigan that you could actually truly go outside and be like, this is nice, I don't need a jacket today. And of course, I work 3 jobs, so it's not always easy for me to get outside. All 3 of my jobs involve working indoors, but I make time for it when I can. And yeah, vitamin D is important. We're not saying to go out and burn yourself and never use sunscreen. But what you should do is go outside for 10 or 15 minutes first, get a little bit of vitamin D, get that absorbed, because when you put on the sunscreen, you don't get any vitamin D. You're blocking out 99%. I would say go out anywhere from 10 minutes to a half hour and then apply your sunscreen. I just, don't apply it the second you get out the door. There's, that whole cancer scare is causing more problems than good, I think. You gotta have balance, just like everything else in life. We're not groundhogs and we don't live underground. And those are our top 10 tips. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hadass is hungry. We're gonna continue to enjoy our day out here. Maybe we'll go for a walk. It's a wonderful day out, maybe 75 or so. Maybe we'll put Hadass on the swings. And we'll just enjoy our day. You guys have a wonderful day and we'll see you in the next video. Last thing I want to mention about vitamin D as well. Forks Over Knives came out with an article years ago, and they linked some studies to it of supplements, vitamin D not being as good as the sunshine vitamin D. I'll see if I can find that. If I can find that article, I will definitely put that down in the description below. But they had a really good article, and there's basically what they were saying is that studies are showing that vitamin D supplements just is not as good as the sunshine. It's not the same thing, and of course it's not. But supplements isn't really a natural thing to begin with. The sunshine and being out in nature, that is a natural thing. Usually if something's natural, it's normally better for you, most of the time.